football's back this weekend. We're on to the Arsenal chat now. Of course, Lee is an Arsenal fan. Thomas Partey reportedly, like I saw you say earlier to me, you're the first person that told me that he could be out injured. I then read a report from one of your favorite people in the whole world, Charles Watts. And Charles Watts said that he's going to be assessed today when he gets back. They're very hopeful it's not a hamstring, but they're not sure whether he'll play this weekend. What's your take? Do you think he's going to be out injured, or do you think he'll play?
Well, Charles Watts also said that Arsenal were assessing Saliba the day that he walked off the pitch against Sporting Lisbon, and we still ain't heard an update, have we? Yeah, and how many weeks ago was that? So, as I'll take anything that guy says with a pinch of salt, personally. But I was more surprised that Chris Hughton is the Ghana manager. I never knew that. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know. I'm standing there, I'm seeing somebody sent me a clip, and I was like, "Why is Chris Hughton? Why has he sent me a Chris Hughton interview?" Yeah, and then I was like, but yeah, he was on the bench last night for Ghana. So, and a mate of mine said to me, "Well, it can't be that bad because he was on the bench." And I said, "Well, maybe they're all flying different times. Maybe it was just stay with the camp. Maybe they had to name a certain amount of subs. I don't know." Yeah, but when you're hearing, oh, he weren't 100%, he felt something, we kept him, we didn't want to play him, kept him on the bench, there's a problem there. Yeah, and I hope, fingers crossed, that, listen, if he has got something that's niggling, don't play him at the weekend. Do not play him at the weekend. Yeah, please do. If he's got something that's like, even if he's only 10%, like 90% fit, don't play him. Yeah, because if you do play him, he could then be out for weeks and weeks and weeks if he pulls something. So just let him get back to full fitness, then play him. Yeah, and listen, we should beat Leeds with or without him. Let's be real with it. They're not very good. Yeah, and off of the back of our last few performances, we've smashed Palace and Fulham. So I'm kind of confident with or without him. Yeah, but if he's not even 100, if he's 99.9% fit, don't play him. Yeah, he has to be 100 because we've got some big games coming up. We've got Liverpool coming up after Leeds. We've got Man City, Newcastle, Chelsea coming up. Got some big games. And if we go into them big games without Thomas Partey, then nah. Yeah, Leeds, cool. I think we can get away with playing Leeds without Thomas Partey. Yeah, William Saliba, maybe as well. Yeah, get through that and then get them both back for the Liverpool game. But this is why I get the ump with international games. It winds me up. Why don't you just do the season? Yeah, play the season and get all the games done by May, and then go and do, or middle of May or something, and then go and do all the international games in a 6-week period. Yeah, for all the competitions. Just go and get them done. Then they still get 6, 7, 8 weeks off. Then they can come back to pre-season. Then they can go again. Because you're losing players during crucial parts of the season. Yeah, and cool, I understand that if you do that in the summer, June, July, or whatever, you're going to lose them for the start of the season. But at least you'll know in advance. Yeah, whereas when you're in the middle of a season, you can't go and replace them. You can't go and replace Thomas Partey. How are we going to go and replace Thomas Partey now? We can't. Yeah, whereas if we've got time and with the windows open, the transfer windows open, they play these internationals June, July, you've now make a decision, right, well, he's going to be out for 6 weeks. Let's go and buy someone. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I hate international football. It's crap.
Yeah, I mean, were you one of the Arsenal fans who was fuming at the weekend with the tackle from Rodri and Odegaard? Because Gooners were fuming about that.
I know, mad, isn't it? It's soft, didn't they? Like, if that was the other way round, they'd all be jumping for joy, getting the party poppers out and the bunting, having street parties. Oh, look, he snapped Rodri. Who cares? It's a man's game, mate. Like, are we allowed to say that? Like, it's like, I know Souness was getting in trouble for it, wasn't he?
Well, the game that Odegaard and Partey play is men only. So, yes, it is.
Rodri, but yes. Rodri, sorry. But at the same time, I've seen this theory. Oh, look, Haaland went to... And Pep said bring him back, and then he told him to snap it. Get in the bin, man. All the mental gymnastics in these kids' heads is mad. Yeah,
I get being angry about it, but you are right. If it was the other way around, there would be celebrations.
And then I see a video you did where a girl was sitting there, and you said exactly what I was thinking. You said sometimes I sit there and think, what's his point?
Yeah.
But then he just went, yeah. Now Tierney's. I didn't expect that, by the way. And now Tierney's going to get. Tierney ain't getting no one. Yeah, Tierney's not a dirty player like that, man. Tierney's a top player. He ain't a dirty player. Rodri just mistimed the tackle. Maybe he had one eye on Odegaard and thought maybe, I don't know. Only he knows that. Yeah, but it weren't premeditated. And to say Pep told him to do it, get in the bin. What's the matter with people? The gymnastics going around in their head is like mad.
No, it did make me laugh. It did make me laugh, like when people just like, yeah, it was premeditated. It was part of the. Like I was waiting for like there to be a bad tackle on Saka the other night, and then for people to be like, he's been on the phone to the team and they offered to pay him money. Like I really thought it was going to get that kind of
Fair, it should have been a penalty.
conspiratorial.
It was nailed on penalty. I don't know how they didn't give
It was
that.
a foul. I mean, it was a foul. There's no doubt. But for me, it was a bad foul, and I get being angry at the tackle. It was just a bad tackle. He wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
Odegaard weren't even that upset about it. It weren't like he was milking it and rolling and doing 7 roly-polies. He was just on his knees, holding his ankle, saying, "Ref, why ain't that a pen? Like, get in the bin."
No,
these people are more offended by a tackle on Odegaard than Odegaard was. Like, why are you offended on Odegaard's behalf?
I get that.
What's the matter with these people?
So if you do have Thomas Partey out this weekend, though, you comfortable you'll beat Leeds still without him?
Yeah, I think so. I watched the game against Wolves. They were pretty good against Wolves, but Wolves are trash, man. Like, they're so crap. But the thing with Leeds is they're 100 mile an hour hustle and bustle. They've still got that kind of little bit of Bielsa DNA where they're group pressing and team pressing, and then like. But the thing with Leeds, which is why you've spanked them 5-0 and 6 something. I think you spanked them in the same season or whatever it was, over 2 seasons. But they all press you so high. All you got to do is one diagonal ball over the top and you clean through. Yeah, and I think that even if we play Jorginho, Xhaka, and Odegaard in midfield, I think we're too good for them. Yeah, because I think defensively, even if Holding's there, I don't see how they're going to trouble us. I really don't. Nonto or Notto or whatever his name is, I think he's done his ankle. And I'm not sure whether he's fit. Yeah, but even if he's fit, like another hipsters player at the minute, like, 19 years old. Why are these people fascinated with teenagers? Go and get players that can win. Like, if we sign Nonto here, is he going to win us a Champions League? Like, come on. Like, go and sign ready-made players. We've got the youth. Now go and get some experience. But that's a different subject. But my point is, even if they've got their full-strength team and we ain't, we're beating them comfortable. If the best hope Leeds have of beating Arsenal is if they score in the first 20 minutes and then they just park the bus and make it stinky. But if we score in the first 20, 25 minutes, we'll batter them 3, 4, 5. Even without Partey.
Yeah, I think you'll smash Leeds this weekend. You've got the game before it, so you'll know. I don't think you'll feel any more pressure if City win. I don't think you feel more pressure. I think City slip up this weekend against Liverpool. I think they're going to drop points. I think it's going to be a draw, and I think you smash Leeds United. You extend your lead at the top, and then it's almost the best appetizer for the home straight of the season that we could have. And, that isn't hope. That's genuinely what I believe is going to happen. That isn't me just sort of projecting feelings. But I believe that Arsenal, with or without Partey, will beat Leeds United this weekend. And you're home to them. Look, they gave United a little bit of a torrid time in our games against them. But we still came through the 2 back-to-back matches with 4 points out of 6. You're better than we are. The crowd is going to be electric. And I do believe the crowd and the noise around it makes a huge difference at times. And there's a confidence back at your club. You're over your wobble now. And I just think that you guys are going to come back. Saka's new deal is probably going to be announced in and around that, which we'll get onto in a minute. But yeah, I can't look beyond Arsenal. And I think you're going to extend your lead at the top. And right at the right time, because your next game then is away to Liverpool. And that's a hard
you know
game.
what's key about that is they've got Chelsea in midweek. Liverpool. They've got City, Chelsea away, both of them away. Then they've got us. Yeah, so by the time Man City and Chelsea are giving them the run around, they'll be knackered.
And listen,
that's the best chance we have to go to Anfield and win that we've had in a decade, mate.
And I want you to end their season because obviously people think I want you to go there and win for you lot. And it's for me. It's for me. I want you to win the league for me.
I wonder if Arteta will be playing Never Walk Alone at the training round again.
Jürgen Klopp,
I tell, I'm going to go toilet quickly, yeah?
No
I've been holding it for ages.
No worries. Viewers, make sure you're hitting like and share buttons. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. Terry praying, lol. City will beat Liverpool. I think Liverpool ain't great. They're not, but I think they might get a draw in this game. Of course we're praying. If you're a Man United fan and you don't want City to not win the league, if you want City to win the league over Arsenal, I'm challenging your support of Man United. How could you want a team to equal a three-peat, have the potential of winning a treble, and then next year have the opportunity to go 4 on the bounce? That's a weird 4, Terry. That's a 4. Why would you want that? That surpasses our records. Our records are historic, which make us the most successful club in the Premier League era, which make us the biggest club in England. You've got to protect your history because your history is what makes you the size you are. You then need to push to continue making history. You got to protect it at the same time. If you're a Man United fan and you are hoping that City win this league title, you're mental. The only way it may change is if they go out the FA Cup and go out the Champions League, so they can't do a treble. And if you're confident they won't do a 4-peat. But for me, I'm desperate. I am desperate for City to not win this league title. I promise you that I am. But yeah, Liverpool away will be an interesting one because Liverpool still have turned up a few times this year against big teams. Are you confident you'll win both those games back to back? I mean, you said the other day you think you're going to win all your games, right?
No.
Well, that's our KJ. That's our KJ titled the video.
Well, I'm used to you clickbaiting titles about me, Terry. So Lee got cooked.
I don't clickbait. I make
Lee is a flip
headlines. I create attractive headlines. I don't clickbait. The same as, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. You know, there's no such thing as road sweepers anymore or bin men. They're called environmental hygienists.
I'm going to get that geezer on the motorbike with the crash helmet, yeah, the rogue traders, you know, the guy. I'm going to get him to rock up at your gaff, mate. Yeah. No, I do actually think we'll lose one game.
Which one of my houses? Which one of my houses?
Which one of my houses? I do think we'll lose one game. And I wouldn't put it past it being the City game, if I'm honest. But we've got a terrible record at the Etihad and at Anfield. Anfield, last time we won was, 9 years ago, 10 years ago? Like, it's shambolic, our record there. But this is the best opportunity we have to go and beat them. And the fact that they have City and they're going to want to beat City just to show them a little bit of, yeah, okay, we might be down this season, but we're coming for you next season type of thing. But you never know. Man City might just roll them over and cane them 5-0. But they have Chelsea as well. So that, for me, is giving me more confidence because they play City, 3 days later Chelsea, 3 days later Arsenal, or 4 days later Arsenal. So they've got 3 big games in 8 days. And it's like, for us, we've got Leeds United and then we've got a week off. So I'm kind of confident. But I don't know, man. Like, mate, every time I've been to Anfield personally and watched the game live, I've never seen us get anything there. I've seen us get absolutely hammered. That goal where Salah run the whole length of the pitch, where Bellerin was trying to do Cruyff turns on the edge of their penalty box, and he just run. Yeah, like when Lacazette, which signed Lacazette and Kolasinac, like, and they were both on the bench. Yeah, and it was like we were 3-0 down, I think, real quick. Yeah, and like for 25 minutes straight. This is toxic and negative, people. Yeah, just give me an insight of an away game when you're getting hammered by Liverpool at Anfield. We're effing shit, like non-stop for 25 minutes from the away fans. 4,000 Arsenal fans singing that non-stop. Yeah, get Wenger out. Yeah, then it was the sarcasm chants. Oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Yeah, people reckon I'm toxic. Go to an away game, mate, when you're getting pammed at Anfield. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, I think we look kind of different, man. And I think every single, like, and this is the thing. When I was doing this the other day on a video, I was like, who are Arsenal's top 3 players of the season? Like, it's difficult. Like, for me, Saka, Partey, Ben White. But then there's a case for Odegaard. There's a case for Zinchenko. There's a case for Saliba and Gabriel. There's a case for Martinelli. Like, and that Ramsdale. Like, there's a case for everyone. And that is something we haven't had for a long time, which is why I'm confident, because every single player at some point has been insane. Yeah, and over the course of the season, we're top for a reason, Terry, because we've been the most consistent, and we've leveled up and we've took advantage most of the times when we've needed to. Like when City have dropped points, bang, or we've put the pressure on them and then they've dropped points, like at Nottingham Forest. So yeah, I'm kind of confident. We beat Tottenham away for the first time in 9 years, 10 years, whatever it was. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, look, I think I don't know about beating City just yet. I think it depends on the results leading up to it in relation to, I think if they drop points against Liverpool, maybe one more game and you win everything, and you've already got an 8, 9, 10, 11 point lead, I think you'll beat them, because I just think there'll be a feeling of defeat at that point. But you could lose that game, but I think you're going to pick up more. I think you're going to extend your lead before it. I think they may take points away from you, but then you go into that home straight. The interesting thing is you play City and Chelsea.
Back to back.
City, Chelsea, Newcastle away, and then at home to Brighton in a run of 4, which is such an amazing run of games. That's why I think you've got to win your next 4.
Do you know what's crazy about it,
You
though,
got to win
right?
more.
This is how fine the margins are, right? Because they got a game in hand. If they win that against West Ham, which they probably will, 5 points. If we lose at Anfield, which we do every year, and they win their game that weekend, it's now 2 points. We then play them at the Etihad and they beat us every year. They're now above us. And that is how fine the margins are. Yeah, it's like you have to say they're going to win their game in hand. It's West Ham. Yeah, you just put money on them to beat West Ham. Right. But them 2 games, Anfield and the Etihad, we have to come out of there with something. Yeah, we have to get at least 3 points. Yeah, I don't care what game it is, we have to get 3 points. But wouldn't it be nice to go into that game at the Etihad being like 8 points clear, them still in the Champions League? And do you know what? They're lucky bastards they are. Right, I'll say they're lucky. They're a very good team. But they've got Bayern Munich's second leg on the 19th of April. 23rd, they got Sheffield United, which means they can rest all of their players, the top players, and then 3 days later, they got Arsenal. So I don't know, but it depends. If they're still in the Champions League and they're
it's a little bit nice.
Yeah, but if they're in the cup final and they're in the next leg of the semi-final of the Champions League, maybe if we're 5, 6, 7 points clear and they've played their game in hand, maybe they might look at that and think, okay, we'll go for Champions League. That's what I'm hoping anyway. You don't win the league by luck, mate. If we win it, we've done it.
No, nobody does. This here from Dan says, I think City will beat us just because we don't have a plan B. We won't be going into the game trying to be defensive. I hope Arteta plays for a draw, is what Gunnar Dan says. I kind of get what you mean by that. You need to be defensively resolute. But you even think about it about the Emirates game. It was 2 catastrophic mistakes, which have been fairly uncharacteristic with this season.
Pressure.
So, yeah, it's again, and if
it's
you
the
go
pressure of playing Man City, knowing that they're the best team and they've got the best squad, the best manager, and we're above them and we're trying to fight for a title with them. The pressure. That's why Harry Kane bottled his penalty and put it over the bar against France. Pressure. I have to score this penalty. I have to score this penalty. Pressure. Yeah, we have to beat City. We have to play well. Pressure. Yeah, mate, we haven't bottled it a lot this season. We did it at Old Trafford. I was so pissed off about that game at Old Trafford. Yeah, because as soon as we got back in that game, he should have sat back 10 yards. Yeah, made a sub straight away. Yeah, instead he played that stupid high line, and by the time he made the subs, game over. Yeah, but at the same time, pressure, mate, it does affect people, man. And then Tomiyasu, he's out for the season now. He's injured. So, listen, Ben White's been brilliant. I think him and Trippier have been the best 2 right-backs in the league this season. Rashford, Man City, yeah, we're going to be up against, Foden or Grealish? Probably Grealish. I think Foden had his appendix done, didn't he? So
Grealish, no issue.
Oh, shut up, man. You and your Grealish agenda.
No output. He's just going to sit on the side, doing some step overs and some foot drags, and then giving the ball to somebody else. Don't worry about it.
No ball knowledge.
He's going to do nothing. He'll do nothing. He'll do nothing.
He scored against you this season, a header. How did you let that happen?
But you said goals that lead to nothing, i.e. not wins, are irrelevant.
Yeah.
So it was an irrelevant goal.
The season's not done yet.
It
doesn't matter. Might win the treble.
but that goal against us in that game was irrelevant. That didn't help them. They lost that game. I don't think Grealish isn't one to worry about. Haaland is one to worry about controlling.
Do you know what? Do you know what? You say that, yeah, but I'm not really that concerned about him. Yeah, because if he wants to go physical, yeah, and he wants a foot race, well, Saliba can keep up with him. Because Saliba's rapid. Yeah, but it's his movement, and that's where I worry, is his movement. But if you stop it at source and you stop Mahrez, Foden, Grealish, whoever it may be playing, Kevin De Bruyne, getting that ball into him, happy days. Yeah, you have to stop it at source, because if you look at the games where he's not scored goals this season, what have they done? They've stopped it at source, and you have to swarm Kevin De Bruyne, or as soon as the ball goes to Mahrez, straight on him, make him play it back to the right back. Yeah, and then go back the other way, and then shuffle over. Yeah, and he can be stopped.
Listen, I'm only playing to a degree with Jack Grealish. I know he scored against Arsenal. I know he scored against United, but I don't see him. I just don't. When I watch him play, he's a good player. I don't see him as threatening as Riyad Mahrez when he's in song. I don't see him as threatening as Phil Foden. I see him nowhere near as effective. As threatening as KDB, and I definitely don't see him as effective or as threatening as Erling Haaland. Haaland's the one you've got to look out for. He really, really is. He's so pivotal to how they play. But at the same time, you know, your game against City is all going to come down to the points total before you go into it. If you've lost the game, let's say you draw with Leeds and lose to Liverpool, and they win those 2 games subsequently, win their game in hand, and there's a 2-point gap. I think they'll definitely beat you. I really do. If you go into it with a 5, with an 8, with a 9, with a 10-point gap, there's a different mentality that you'll have. They will be overreaching. They will be overextending.
Yeah, they'll be panicking.
You have to win. And that's the difference in this. It's hard to predict the City game until it's about to be played.